So we're here with artist extraordinaire Dave Ross. You're here once again at the Toronto ComiCon. How many times have you been at the Toronto ComiCon now?
Well, I've been here since the early days, so I cannot count the number, but I'm pretty much a fixture. I try to get to the Toronto ComiCon and to the Fan Expo in August, September every year. Right. They're great shows, and it's terrific to be here, meet the fans, and spread the good word about drawing and about comics in general. We're getting, I think, more and more these days, new people coming in, young families coming in, and it's a great opportunity to educate them as to the whole process of putting comics together. And then they'll come along and they'll look at the artwork and they'll say, what is this? And are they prints? And I say, oh no, these are original pages that are used in the production of comics. Some of what I have in my own stash of pages have actual lettering still on them in the balloons, others of course without. And so you explain the process, what was and what is today, and it's a big educational thing for them, and they really are coming in and seeing it for the first time. So I get a kick out of that.
Right, and when it comes to educating people on art, you of course have the book Freehand Figure Drawing for Illustration, which came out through Random House a couple of years ago, and now it's being released in Japanese and Korean? Super
exciting, yes. They have wonderful deals with Korean and Japanese publishers. Those books are out now. The Korean book has been out for a little over a year, I think. The Japanese book has just been released and pending, and I can't give you absolute dates on it yet. There's going to be a Chinese language edition as well.
Because I think the last time I spoke to you, I hadn't had a chance to read Dinner with Jonah, and I finally did get a chance to read it, and I don't have a lot of words to talk about, like, is to say how I feel about the issue, because it was so good, both from Chip's writing and your art. It's just it's something to behold, and I didn't think that I would ever feel anything for Jonah Jameson as I do in that issue.
Yeah, Chip did so well with all the emotional beats in that issue, and there's so much nuance to every single line. Coming into that book, I knew that big moment with Peter and Jonah was going to happen, but I didn't know if it was going to be written as a moment of levity or if it was going to have a lot of gravitas and drama to it. Right. And so when I got the script and I started reading it, I thought, holy crap, this is one of the strongest scripts I've ever worked on. So it was a little bit intimidating that I had to take that amazing script and just hope that I didn't screw it up and hope that I captured all these moments that Chip wrote, because it's such a great issue of like human interaction, not superheroics. This is like a long-term frenemies that are hashing it out over a plate of lasagna, right. Which is like something that you don't think of when you're thinking about superhero comics, eating lasagna, but you can. That's one of the things I love about comics, is that you can take that moment and make it interesting and special. And, I don't know how well I did, but I know that Chip's script on the issue was fantastic. So I was really pleased to be able to work on that.
I actually have an idea for you. I'm going to pitch an idea for you for like a sequel in the future, because you have the freehand figure drawing for illustration. Think about the hands-free finger drawing for illustration. Think about using your mind to create the picture.
That sounds wonderful. What the mind can do without the hand. Let me think how to work that.
We'll find a way.
Listen. That sounds great to me, but let's just take these things one baby step at a time. You know what? I'm still waiting for my flying car, and I was promised that as a kid, and they still haven't delivered it. So get the flying car here first.
So we're here with Karli Woods. Now, Karli, you're doing an aerial look today.
Yes.
How much time and effort did you put into aerial today?
This costume probably took me about 20 hours to do. A lot of hand sewing, all the beads and the skirt. It's an aerial couture. I saw this fan art of some Disney characters in these couture gowns, and I was like, I have to do that. I saw it about a year ago, and it took me that long to find the right materials to do it, but I'm super happy I did.
Yeah, no, it looks great. Now, who are you going to be for the rest of the weekend? Do you have? I'm assuming you have your lineup already set.
Yesterday I was MJ. Today I'm doing Ariel, and then tomorrow I'm doing Rey from the new Star Wars.
Nice.
Yes, and I've tried really hard to replicate that to the movie. It's just really hard to find the right colors for a lot of the fabrics, and it's very expensive. The one part of the ray, the scarf, is you need crinkled cotton, and it's about $80 a yard, and you need like 6 yards to do it. So it's an expensive costume.
Yeah, what she's saying is it's super cheap and easy to get into.
I was at your Legends panel last night with Howard Mackey and Dave Dorman, and there was an interesting story told by yourself, sir, that I'm kind of hoping that you might be willing to give a Cliff Notes on, and that is your Comic-Con experience in Poland.
Oh, sure. Yeah, well, make no bones that when I go to shows, I try to have a bit of fun. I was at the show in Poland a couple of years back, maybe 3, 4, I don't know. And Simon Bisley was there, Cameron Stewart, Tony Sandoval, a couple of other really good artists. And there was an after-show party held in this big warehouse type of thing. There was a DJ playing, and they had a stage with the DJ on it, and then up on the stage there were a bunch of easels set across the stage. And I just sort of was looking at, there was thousands of people all dancing away to the DJ, and I was looking at the easels, and I knew what was coming. They were going to get us up on the stage, make us draw, and have a draw-off competition thing, and I knew it was going to come down to me and Bisley and Cameron Stewart, and I just sort of thought, oh my God, Simon Bisley, Cameron Stewart, those guys can draw rings around me. I am so doomed unless I... As the inner geek in me said, unless I Kobayashi Maru this motherfucker, I'm going to get creamed by these guys. I'm going to be bottom. So I said to the guy I was chatting with, I said, I'm going to strip and dance. That's what I'm going to do to win this competition. I'm going to do the unexpected. So the guy was like, oh sure, John, of course you are. So I get up on stage and the DJ's playing, people are dancing, but they're watching and they're enjoying the show. So when the countdown comes to do the drawing, I just grab my easel, lift it up, throw it to the back of the stage, scream, fuck art, let's dance, strip off my top, throw it into the audience and dance for 5 minutes in front of the audience. And they all go wild. I'm pulling people out of the audience and dancing with them. You know, I don't know. I'm a silly man. So I did that. Bisley, at the end of it, Bisley grabs my hand, goes, the winner! I give him a big kiss. The audience goes wild. I have a great night for the rest of the night. I have my pick of the girls to dance with. So, yeah. So that was my Poland trip. And they said to me, John, anytime you want to come back to Poland, you're very welcome. But
See, that's how you do a comic convention, right there.
yeah, it works for me.